So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. A quick handoff to Vitale. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Rolling to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
319.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. It was Quincy Wilson that time, was able to make the play defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete. Well, partner, league-wide, I think we're set up for a wild month of January. It seems like this season, more than others, we've had a number of teams that you maybe say, hey, they're the Super Bowl favorites. Kind of the Rams early, then it was the Chiefs. Patriots kept winning, then the Saints, and now, heck, maybe even the Texans or the Bears could claim that moniker.
Yeah, it's going to make for a wild month of January. And you just wonder right now, are we missing a team or two?
That's caught at the 25. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 41 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
On 1st down, Rodgers being chased out left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long.
319.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Well, so they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And, you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried about yelling at you. It's those guys on defense who just intercepted the pass who want to break over there. Hey, take care of the football, man.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. That would have been a first down. But he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll run it here with Wilkins. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Wrong.
They run again with Wilkins. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now Love. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's at the cornerback position.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Lambeau. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on first and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. This is Wilkins. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jordan Wilkins, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the fourth. Now it's Locke. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. So they will accept the penalty and move. Forward. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. And even 60 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. It's the fullback taking it in. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They run with Wilkins. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Okay, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen in today's NFL, they're going to weigh over 300 pounds, but that doesn't mean they don't have agility. And the way that they can get out in front of a runner and create a space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and the runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because it's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked really well for a nice piece of yardage.
A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, Locke. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And an alley to run. And he's got this down to the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through three quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. On 1st and 10, Locke. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now it's Locke. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clay Matthews. And now the Packers going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Locke. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. This one wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate, and in doing so, sent this one off target.
Rodgers to throw. He'll buy some time right, and that'll be incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Hey, check 26.
Now Rodgers. Now he'll throw deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The free safety, Malik Hooker, there in coverage. A really nice knockdown. He gets so much pressure in these situations on defensive backs. What are they taught?
Play the ball, not the man, because if you have a pass interference penalty in this spot, boy, oh boy, you put your team in a bad place.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. They'll roll him out right. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers have moved out in front. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Crosby on now to kick it away. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now a desperation throw. And got his man complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, 75 yards. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment. But here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
To
throw is Rodgers. And he slings one that's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
319. Get 300. Get 300.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. On play action, Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Throwing his line. Flushed it, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Luck. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. First throw in overtime for Love. And he's got his man Hilton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Luck able to find Hilton there for a Colt first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes. Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
To throw on second down is Love. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. So that's Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
First throw of overtime for Rodgers. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because whether you're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now a first down carry is Williams. And he'll take this one down near the 15. A gain of 3, second down. The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal. They'll come out in the pistol, and they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage of game there is really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get in the position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Rodgers with a keeper. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goal is from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.